As I understand, I've never lived in the UK, but there's not as strong as a connection with religion and politics in the UK as there is in the US.
Yeah.
And I think in 2023, it was 98% of Congress had a religious affiliation and 60% in Parliament. So there's a pretty wide gap in terms of people who identify with the religion in the US versus the UK. The US has people in the Pentagon who have said things like Satan is the enemy, we're fighting demons.
Hmm.
What do you make of the US overlap in religion and politics, and how do you view that as someone who's spent almost half their life in a place where that really isn't the case, or it's not the case to the same degree?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously not ideal. And I think it's a situation that you you can coexist with people who believe in religion, so long as they don't try to move to the stage where religion becomes the guiding force for government, which I think is kind of what people are trying to move towards now, at least ostensibly. I think a lot of these people like Donald Trump and Stephen Miller are not really good Christians in the traditional sense. They're just using it for their personal
Mm,
personal power. But there's a notion I talk about sometimes, which I believe is from Stephen Jay Gould, the biologist, and it's called non-overlapping magisteria. And it's basically the idea that there's magisteria is like I think it's a name for a subject basically, or a
mm,
belief, a set of beliefs. And non-overlapping magisteria is where we have in the UK people's religious beliefs and their political beliefs, even though
mm,
they're kind of in conflict. You can say if you believe that in God, like you really should be doing this politically. If you believe like abortion is wrong, then we should make abortion illegal. But people manage to not have them overlapping. So you have your religious beliefs, you have the political beliefs. The problem is though when they become overlapped or even just exactly the same, coincident, that I think is a big issue because now you're just basing your personal religious beliefs, which are not based on anything other than faith, uh, to affect other people who have different religious beliefs. I
mm.
think it's very different to people who have very different beliefs about which economic system works best, because these are things that we've got actual science and research and things behind, and you can make strong arguments one way or the other. But I think religion is essentially based upon belief in the supernatural. I don't think belief in the supernatural without any evidence has any place in governing the country.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, there's a lot more waiting for you. Join the Zach Show 2.0 to unlock the full video and audio version of this episode, plus bonus content you won't find anywhere else. Exclusive AMAs, the entire back catalog of premium episodes, and the ability to submit topics and questions for future shows. Subscribe today at thezachshow.supercast.com. I'll see you there.